Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wednesday's Market SITREP or Situation Report here at Top Gun Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz, and day, I don't know, fill in the blank, of Facebook, just absolute stupidity and partisanship. So tomorrow, before I get to the why, let me get to tomorrow after the close. So tomorrow at 4:30 Eastern, after the closing bell, that's Thursday, December 12th, I'm going to do a free live trading session. Obviously, the market will be closed, but we're going to be talking about a lot because are we going to get a Santa Trump rally? Or are we going to get a lump of coal? And we're also going to talk about the January sell-off. Yeah, I said that. A January sell-off is in the cards, man. But you ready for this? So I tried to advertise this web. Oh, yeah, sure. How do you register? go.topgunoptions.com/brief. That's where you can grab. It's a free webinar, folks. Free slot. Go.topgunoptions.com/brief. What's Facebook have to do with this? Well, I tried to advertise this event on Facebook, and guess what they said? Denied. Your ad does not comply with our advertising policies. What? Why? It's a political ad. And I'm like, what? I appealed it, and here's what I wrote. This ad isn't about politics. It is about the economy and the stock market. We use the president's name because he has to make a decision about the China tariffs this week. In no way does it support him or, for that matter, demean him. It has everything to do with the market reaction. So there you go. F you, once again, Facebook snowflakes. Folks, they can't. So the president most likely, as we'll talk about in a couple minutes, is going to punt these tariffs that are supposed to go into effect on the 15th. He's not going to do them most likely, and the market's going to rally. So the jackwads at Facebook can't stand the fact that this market is up here. They're impeaching, they're going to impeach him. They have dirty, disgusting FBI and Department of Justice officials who fabricated evidence, lied to judges, illegally surveilled. You know what we used to call that when I grew up? Spied on a presidential campaign. For the love of God and all things holy, Richard Nixon is spinning in his grave like, are you kidding me? So, Facebook, you get another big middle finger from Top Gun Options, not letting me post an advertisement for a free live trade brief because I think the market's going to rally because of the president's decision. I just love the fact that you keep putting yourself on the side, which I'm going to be opposed against in the next civil war. Fortunately, the next civil war is going to entail people, one side, they don't know how many genders there are or what bathroom to use, and the other side believes in a well-regulated militia. It's going to be a very quick civil war. In other rant news, so yesterday, militant African-American, radical African-American, anti-Semitic thugs slaughtered Jews in Jersey City. That story lasted for about 42 seconds in the media and then was gone. As a matter of fact, today I'm seeing a little bit of what? A little bit of liberals blaming the president. According to what the SPLC, which is a completely racist Southern Poverty Law Center, told the Forward, well, that sounds like a great publication, the rise of white supremacy in the Trump years is responsible for the recent growth in anti-Semitic black nationalist groups, including the elements of the black Hebrew Israelites that did this attack yesterday. Let me translate because you're not woke enough, apparently. Donald Trump's responsible for these black dudes gunning down Jews. Imagine you not being woke enough to recognize that. It's absolute disgrace. That's why I just tweeted this guy that wrote that. I'm like, imagine being so woke that you blame Trump for militant blacks killing Jews. What's the Matrix look like? Disgrace. This country, folks, is out of control. If you're not, well, first of all, if you're watching CNBC, MSNBC, or any of the other enemies of this country, they're not even covering Inspector General Horowitz's testimony today. Lindsey Graham, God bless the guy, man. Blistering, scathing attack. Dirty FBI and DOJ officials fabricating evidence. He's right. Folks, one day it ain't going to be a Carter Page. It's going to be you. How would you feel If dirty FBI agents lied to you, spied, fabricated evidence, went to a judge in a secret court, you'd be furious. Do you imagine our founding fathers, the way they'd be reacting to this? It's a disgrace. Joint Chiefs of Staff cautions Iran to be very cautious following recent spate of attacks. Translation, Iran is going to attempt to attack U.S. forces either in Iraq, Syria, we don't have any troops there, yeah we do, or maybe some other countries. Iraq, Saudi, Syria, Yemen. This is coming, folks. I've been briefing. This is a black swan event. We get an attack on U.S. troops that results in fatalities. The president's going to have to act. You know, my reporting on this, folks, I have not been happy at all with the president and his dealings with Iran. You know, UK is a big ally of ours. Their tankers got seized, and they more or less really didn't want our help. So they didn't get it. They shot down one of our drones. They attacked the quarter of the world's oil fields. Nothing out of the president. So Iran's going to go bigger, and please, God forbid, any of our troops get hurt. But he is going to have to respond. What do you think's going to happen with Iran, folks? They're going to wake up one day and go, you know what? We're not going to keep pursuing nuclear weapons. We love the United States. This is going to come to a head, folks, and it is not going to be pretty. It's going to be very, very ugly. We are in a holding pattern right now, folks. The Fed, Jerome Powell's most likely, the press conference is going on right now. I just got off a hedge fund call. The dude can do a victory lap. The guy was kind of right. The two rate cuts and kind of hanging out, and because look at the jobs report on Friday, man, blistering jobs report. So they ain't doing anything with rates, but the guy, he has said, hey, trade uncertainty, makes us a little nervous. What happened yesterday after five Scotch Monday? Nancy Pelosi had her impeachment conference. They walked down the hallway and gave Trump a massive political victory. The USMCA, man, the new NAFTA, right? Absolutely great for this country and our economy. So Jerome Powell, who was, cut rates the last two times because he was terrified of, a deepening trade war with China, just got a trade deal that he, back in October, said, he was, kind of a little worried about. Where is it? The Federal Reserve has urged an end to trade uncertainty of all types, saying it could help U.S. business sentiment. I do think it would be quite positive over time. This was back on October 30th. Well, yesterday we got USMCA, and I believe between now and Friday's closing bell, the president does not institute the tariffs. He's going to punt. He's going to say we're close, but I'm going to do this as a good faith, and we're going to get a Santa Claus rally. So suck on that, Facebook. So I think we get that. But to be honest with you, folks, the markets have not priced in any bad news. We are at epic, historic, hypoxic highs here. I briefed you over the past week that cream of some young guy in North Korea is threatening to launch a bottle rocket. This time he'll most likely do it over Japan. And that's essentially an act of war. But the Japanese haven't done anything. We haven't done anything. Trump's talked a big game. A couple years ago, we had 3 carrier strike groups off North Korea, and we were pretty damn close to hitting him. But, he hasn't changed. He's changed his behavior slightly. We haven't gotten any nuke tests or ballistic missile launches, but he's been launching bottle rockets, folks. So the market isn't pricing in any of this bad stuff, which tells you to be very, very, very nervous. It's a hold your nose rally, man. Look at the VIX. The VIX for the past 2 days has done what? The past week. I told you right here, it is absolutely critical you get long volatility. Massive spike in volatility, $7,000 in long volatility profits. And then I predicted, as this volatility was spiking, that it would stay elevated. I said the VIX is going to stay up here, man. Don't call it the VIX. Call it the uncertainty index. What's going on right now? A lot of uncertainty. We don't know what the president's going to do. I believe he's going to punt. We don't know what Iran's going to do. We don't North Korea. We got Boris over in the UK. There's a lot of uncertainty. So when there's a lot of uncertainty, the VIX stays elevated. Okay, I absolutely think you should be long volatility here. I am long volatility. I am short the market with some S&P 500 puts. But in today's live trade brief, we covered what? We covered a new bullish position on the retail ETF, the XRT, trying to get filled on a Visa bull put spread. Man, that's out of my range. Visa's having a nice rally today, and I'm doing a one-day S&P 500 trade, the 3140, 3145. Out to today's close. Let's see how the S&P 500 is doing as Mr. Jerome is finishing up his press conference. Well, he didn't say it. He just said something bad. Jobs market to remain strong. I'll tell you what, let me get going because I want to watch the rest of his press conference here. I watched the beginning on my conference call, but remember, the initial Fed, right there it is, 1400. Look at this, 2 o'clock. The initial Fed announcement of we're not going to do anything. What happened? Rip your face off rally. And 90% of the time, folks, I tell you, every time, the initial reaction out of the market is wrong. These are all algos, man. These are algos and flash and trade and everything like that. Now that the dude's talking, what's going on? The market's selling off. So let's go see what he has to say. So give a big FU to Facebook by coming to our brief tomorrow. Go.topgunoptions.com/brief. It's comical to me. Do not buy this stock. So this company, I used to spend a lot of money advertising on Facebook. I'm not going to. Haven't got a ton of leads, by the way, from Facebook, and it really hasn't paid off. So they're going to lose. They're losing my revenue, and they don't care. Matter of fact, they're doing it on purpose. They're kind of doing we don't need your money. Okay, great. I love that type of attitude. Those are the businesses that go under eventually. These limousine liberals that run this place, the chickens are going to come home to roost. Okay, so again, big FU to Facebook. Go.topgunoptions.com/brief. We're going to talk. The main reason I'm doing this tomorrow is because in case between now and tomorrow we get some sort of punt on the trade deal, I want to tell you what trades I'm going to be looking at. And I'm going to also talk about the implosion, the coming implosion that I believe is going to happen in the markets in January, man. This is going to happen. If we get a Santa Claus rally going into the end of the year, we are absolutely going to get a January sell-off, period. And you can take that to the bank. All right, have a great rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow after the close at 4:30. God bless, and make sure you're hedged. See you.